This is my Butlins book. My 80s music weekend at Butlins Book, 15th to the 18th of June 2018. On Friday the 15th of June, Mum and Dad picked me up from my flat to go to Butlins Book for an 80s weekend. I was very excited and very much looking forward to a fun weekend. We arrived at Butlins in the afternoon and collected the key to our apartment. We unpacked our suitcases and headed off for a look round. We went into the skyline and heard loud music coming from Bar Rosso. We went into Bar Rosso where a DJ was playing lots of 80s songs. We had a drink and listened to the music. It was great. We had something to eat, then we put on our fancy dress costumes. I dressed up like George Michael from Wham. I wore a blonde wig, sunglasses, a Choose Life t-shirt, and I had a big blow-up mobile phone like they had in the 80s. We then went off to the skyline to start partying. The party was called the Monster Opening Party. When we got to the skyline, the party was just about to start. Everyone was dressed up in their 80s costumes. The DJ played lots of 80s music, including Kylie singing The Locomotion. Everyone was dancing and singing and taking photos. Lots of people came to chat to us and said they loved our costumes. Next, it was off to the silent disco. I'd been to one of these before, so was really looking forward to it. When you go in, you're given headphones to wear. There are 2 DJs playing different songs, but until you put on the headphones, you can't hear any music. You then decide which song you want to listen to and keep switching between the 2. My favourite DJ was the one who played the Macarena. We finally went to bed at 2 a.m. The next evening was the one I'd been really looking forward to, as Pat Sharp was going to be the DJ in Reds that night. I used to love watching Pat Sharp on the TV when he presented Funhouse with the twins, Melanie and Martina. Me, Mum and Dad all put on our yellow Funhouse t-shirts, and I wore a long wig like Pat Sharp's hair used to be. After I'd been to the amusement arcade, we went to get our seats in Reds. I wanted to be near the stage to see Pat Sharp, so we got in there early. We watched a band called T'Pow who sang China in Your Hand, and then a DJ put some songs on until it was time for Pat Sharp. I went on the dance floor and waited right by the barrier so I would get a good view. Finally, at midnight, Pat Sharp came on the stage. Pat Sharp played some great songs and everyone was dancing and singing along. People were having their photos taken with Pat, and eventually he came over to me. He shook my hand and said he liked my wig. Mum took a photo of me with him. It had been a long wait, but I was very happy to have met him at last. Again, I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. We spent the last day looking around Bognor Regis. We had a walk down the seafront and went on the pier. We also went into a park where there's a miniature railway and had a ride on a train. On our last night, we didn't put on any costumes, but we went to Bar Rosso where different DJs came on and we danced the night away. That night I went to bed early at 1 a.m. The next morning we had to pack our suitcases as it was time to go home. I was sad to leave Butlins as I had had a great weekend. The best bit was seeing Pat Sharp. We all had such a good time. We have booked to go again next year. And that's the end of my Butlins book.